Hey, my name's Austin Ray. I'm 16 years old, and I've been going to Northwest Hills for about 11 years with my parents, Brett and Bonnie. So a big part of my story starts when I was in 8th grade. This is in the height of COVID, and I really had just a lack of contact with anybody outside of my household. So this really hit me at a crucial point in my faith of just moving from, your parents telling you the goodness of God and what He's done to accepting it as my own, right? And so I was just swamped with these hits of just depression, anxiety, just nastiness really, and hit me at a really crucial time. So while I'm at home for these, what felt like years, but months, I was just filling my mind with just these nasty things and wrong ideas of just, you can do it yourself. You don't need God, which are complete lies, they're wrong. So summer of 2021 rolls around and Pastor Gary invites me with the youth group to go down to Hume Lake, California to a summer camp. And I'd been to youth group a lot, and I knew just about everybody there, but I hadn't really connected firmly with anybody. I didn't have any solid friendships yet. So we get down there, and while I'm there, the head speaker, who spoke twice a day, was really just hitting the nail right on the head with everything that had just been swirling around in my mind. And he just spoke on it perfectly. After hearing these messages just day after day, it really started to swirl around in my mind. And so one night, about the middle of the week, I went to one of the interns and I said, hey man, I just need to talk. So it's me, Pastor Gary, and 2 interns sitting up in a rock behind our cabin, pitch dark, and I just remembered the floodgates opening. I'm just pouring out emotion, tears, sadness, anger even, and I'm just telling these guys what's been going on in my life. And I knew deep down I needed to change it, but I just didn't know where to go with it. I'm just pouring myself out. I'm denouncing all these things I've been going through, really just committing myself back to God. And I'm just surrounded by prayer with these guys, just praying with Gary, and for probably close to an hour. And after that, he looks at me right in the eyes and he goes, dude, God has moved in your life so much right now. And I'm in shambles. I got tears flowing down my face. I'm covered in sweat. And he's just telling me these great things that I didn't know I was gonna hear. I remember for the rest of that week, I was just embracing just being in God's presence, every worship song, every prayer, every message, just writing notes down and just embracing God and having Him back in my life. But the rest of that year was still really a struggle. Just battling all these addictions and things that have been surrounding my life. But God provided for me, and He just put people in my life that I really needed, friends and family, and ultimately restoring those relationships that I had in the past with my family and past friends, but actually reconnecting with them and sharing this event that I just had in my life with them, and ultimately committing my life back to Him too. One scripture that I like to tell people when I'm telling them my story is Psalm 116:8, which it says, "You delivered my soul from death, my feet from stumbling, and my eyes from tears." Now, I can just look back on the last couple years of my life, and I just stand back in astonishment. The ways that God has moved through me and changed me is so huge. Just the ways that He's moved me spiritually, physically, mentally, socially, every area of my life is so drastic that I honestly just look back at myself and I say, that's not me. You got the wrong guy. I'm a different person, I really am. My encouragement to others would just be, you are never too far gone for God. His love is so grand and huge, He will never forsake you. And it says in Zephaniah 3:17, it says that He rejoices over us with singing. He loves us so much. If you're going through a rough time in your life, God is with you. And He is using all these things that's going on in your life to shape you into the person that He wants you to be. And it says in the Word that just His plan is good, and whatever He's doing is for the good. He will not harm you. He will prosper you. He will give you a hope and a future. And you just got to put your faith in Him and know what He's doing is good. I'm just so thankful for the ways that God's moved in my life and the people that He's placed with me, the friends and the family that I have. And I know this is nowhere near the end of my story, and I'm just so grateful and looking forward to what He has planned for me for the rest of my life.